was a complete loss of the house. If he was in there, that's what we'd be doing. But we're hoping that he actually was not home at this time, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Kind of walk us through the lay of the land here, where houses were, where you think it started, and what happened.
Well, considering where we got that. Considering where the fire load was at, you can see this house here. Both houses had a lot of a heavy fire load back there. The house where the house completely collapsed, that obviously was where the main fire load would be at, and then it went ahead and got the house next to it.
How are you guys working to figure out if the man was inside? Like, are you in contact with his family? What are your efforts there?
We've talked to the family. That's how we were notified that he does actually live there. Normally he is home. We did have a state fire marshal bring in a cadaver dog to do further investigation. We're still waiting to hear back from that. Right now we're looking to dig through everything that's left there, and we'll take it from that point.
And his car was still here?
To my knowledge, yes.
At this point, do you have any idea of potential cause, ignition source, anything like that?
Nope, still under investigation at this point.
What about the water pressure issue? How long did it take for crews to get water actually on this fire?
So again, if you notice, I said that we had a water pressure as far as the pressure coming. So we didn't have an issue getting water, just with the pressure. That's why we had to go to RTA to a better hydrant that gave us better pressure. But we're right now at this current moment, we're putting out fire from the hydrant that's right there.
Does that pressure issue impact the ability to fight that fire quickly?
It always impacts how far in we can go into the fire. As long as we can throw water, we're doing good. The pressure helps us to be able to push in harder and faster. And so again, that's why we immediately tied in to RTA and was able to get even more pressure from them. But this hydrant here does have pressure. We're just in the middle of, it didn't give the pressure that we normally like to fight fire with.
How long did it take to get to the RTA line? What was that kind of delay there?
That was probably within 5 minutes of them realizing, because they were already inside making an attack. And so once they realized inside our pressure is not where we need it to be, the OIC immediately said tie into the hydrant that's in RTA.
Is that across the tracks off Euclid?
That's right behind us.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a perennial issue? I mean, we've been reporting on this since at least 2018, low water pressure in parts of the city of East Cleveland.
Well, you will find in most cities. They're going to always have various areas where there will be low pressure. We have not had a major issue with it. Oftentimes it was sort of exaggerated exactly what the pressure was, but we do have good pressure throughout most of East Cleveland. But this particular area, as you can see, they're doing repairs on Hayden, so I don't know if that affected it, but we know that that's going to correct it because they're looking to build up the infrastructure there.
Did you, when the first responders arrived, did they hear smoke detectors going off in the house or any things like that?
I would have to ask more questions about that one because I'm not sure. That I haven't noticed. I know initially when they went in to make an attack.
Did they go in to make a rescue and then had to pull out because of the lack of water pressure?
No, they continued to stay in. They didn't come out exactly until the roof started collapsing. As East Cleveland firefighters, typically that's what we do. We actually stay in there until we have no reason not to.
Talk about conditions inside that house that your firefighters encountered.
So the conditions in the house, like we said, it's a very heavy fire load. Was lots of things all over throughout the entire house. And so that's typical also in a lot of fires we may experience. But again, one of the great things about the city of East Cleveland firefighters, most things don't usually stop us.
Is it frustrating to you or the firefighters? You come out trying to make a rescue, but then the water pressure just isn't there like you expect it to be?
Well, water pressure is always going to be something that would be frustrating. So it doesn't matter if somebody was in there or not. We like to have a certain amount of pressure because that helps us to achieve the goal of putting the fire out.
But you don't think that slowed the ability to get in there and do a search?
No. So like I mentioned in the very beginning, the issue was the fire was ahead of the firefighters. When you walk into a house, walk up and see a house where all exposures are fully involved in fire, that right there slows us down because now we have to determine what's the best way to go ahead and attack that fire without putting our firefighters in danger.
Any idea how long this thing was burning before anybody even detected it?
Nope. All we know is a call came in at 4:30. So again, based off what you see behind me, it obviously was going for a moment.
Talk
about the recovery efforts? We saw a dog out here. Did the dog alert to anything at this point?
The gentleman who were responsible for the cadaver dog, that person said that the dog did actually touch on something, but it was inconclusive exactly to what he noticed.
How difficult of a task has this been to get back there and search? You guys have the bulldozer out here trying to clear the way.
Yeah, whenever there's a collapse, that impedes the progress of actually doing even more overhauling. Overhauling is where we actually try to get all debris out to make sure that nothing is left burning. And so it does slow down the process when you have to dig up to get to the seat of the fire again.
How long do you anticipate being out here searching to see if that gentleman was in
We're going to keep going until we're done.
Were there any issues with a lot of items that might have impeded firefighters?
Again, because it was a house that had lots of different materials inside the house, it did slow it down. But again, we learned to adapt and overcome.
How much do you, I guess, owe it to the family to stay out here until you can make some determination?
We owe everything to the family. We're here to help them. Fire service is to protect life. That's the number one thing. And so we want to go ahead and preserve the memory of the family. If there is one, we're hoping, our best hope is that the person is not here. That's what we are hoping for. But if they are, we're not going to stop until we can confirm yes or no.
And then was the person, are you thinking was he in the top floor if he was here?
That's where he lived at, yes.
Top floor, and then one person escaped out of the second house?
Yes.
You say top floor, was he in the
Second floor. Second floor, front of the house, enclosed porch.
on the porch area? Sleeping, presumably?
Yes.
And any reason to believe any of this is suspicious?
Not at all at the moment, no. At the moment, no. So everything will be investigated. Like I said, our main goal is to go ahead and find out for the family if he was actually here.
Chief, what's your first name?
David Worley, Chief Worley.
Hey, Tim, talk a little bit about, do you know the gentleman who lives in this house? I mean, I know he's a fixture of the community.
Yes, he was engaged in the community. He cares about the community and did a lot of stuff voluntarily to help us in the community. Good guy. Good guy. And I hope he's okay by a miracle of God. Maybe made it out and back, and it's something miraculous. Hopefully, I don't want to acknowledge the fact that it's a possibility that he may have lost his life in this fire. It's very sad for our community. These things are exceptionally painful for us, and we stand with his family, and all of us, we care about the members of our community. And as the chief said, I don't want to take anything away from what he's already said. These things matter to us, and we're doing the absolute best we can to serve the community, and the fire squad, safety director, the administration, we are all here because we care, and that's all I have. Thank you very much for coming, and keep on praying for our community. This is just outside of my ward, but since I am the council vice president, I have the benefit of being available to all the wards in the city of East Cleveland.
Do you have anything to say about the water pressure issues when they got here?
Chief said it all. Thank you.
I mean, was this guy really a part of the fabric of East Cleveland?
He was. He's the kind of person that would come out and clean up anywhere where there's a need. Gather material to help anybody in need, whether it's food, water, come prepared to assist somebody. If you go into a meeting, he might bring 2 bottles of water, one for him and one for whoever might need it. So that's the kind of person he was. He cared, he was active in the community, and the type of resident you hope for in a community. That's all I have for you.
That's it for now. Thank you.
Done.